Museums are repositories of history, art, and culture. They tell the stories of our past and the many paths humanity has walked. Yet, within some of these esteemed institutions, lie artifacts shrouded in darkness and mystery. Today, we delve into the world of unholy relics, the cursed artifacts that sit locked away in public exhibits, their true stories often untold. Welcome to Unholy Relics, Hidden Dangers of Cursed Artifacts in Public Exhibits. The mystery of cursed objects. Since ancient times, objects have been believed to carry curses, often associated with misfortune, disease, or death. Kings, commoners, and explorers alike have long told tales of cursed items, attributing inexplicable events to their sinister influence. The concept of a curse is deeply tied to human psychology, a way to understand the seemingly unexplainable. But in some cases, the coincidences are indeed peculiarly numerous. While our journey through the world of cursed artifacts usually focuses on objects, today, we're venturing into a unique, chilling tale. The saga is as fascinating as it is unsettling. Throughout history, objects have been attributed with powers beyond the mundane. Some are believed to heal, to protect, to offer solace. Others harbor darker energies. In our journey through the enigmatic world of cursed artifacts, we encounter Peggy, a doll not just lifeless porcelain, but a vessel for something inexplicable. The digital era connects us, making the world smaller, but not safer. Peggy's image, innocently shared online, wreaked havoc in the lives of those who merely glimpsed her. Symptoms ranged from debilitating headaches to a life-threatening cardiac event, proving not all relics need proximity to cast their dark spell. Peggy's presence seemed to transcend the physical, casting a pall over her keeper's health. This sinister influence lifted only when they were parted, a stark warning that some artifacts demand a heavy toll for their company. More than a mere cursed object, Peggy exhibited an invasive malevolence, penetrating the subconscious minds of those aware of her existence. Her nocturnal visitations brought ominous warnings, some of which manifested into harsh reality. Ultimately, Peggy was relinquished to professionals, a necessary measure given her potent maleficence. Now, she resides under strict scrutiny, her containment a spectacle both of caution and morbid curiosity. Who are the professionals who dare take responsibility for her? Peggy, the allegedly haunted doll, was ultimately acquired by Zach Bagans, a renowned paranormal investigator and the host of the television series Ghost Adventures. Bagans is known for his extensive collection of paranormal artifacts, which he houses in his museum, the Zach Bagans The Haunted Museum in Las Vegas, Nevada. The museum is a hotspot for enthusiasts and tourists alike, offering a curated experience of the supernatural through its array of haunted items. Here, Peggy is kept under careful observation, and the museum's protocols require visitors who wish to see her to sign a waiver due to the reported adverse effects associated with the doll. This measure underscores the purported risks tied to direct interaction with Peggy and reflects the caution exercised by the professionals overseeing such objects. The staff at Zach Bagans Museum is accustomed to dealing with haunted artifacts and supposedly carry out specific procedures to maintain a controlled environment around them. Peggy stands as a silent testament to the unseen forces that threat our world, her continued observation a grim necessity. Those who seek her out are met with the stark reminder of the fine line between curiosity and peril, affirming that some relics are best left untouched, their secrets undisturbed. Now we turn to the eerie echoes of the death van, Dr. Kevorkian's controversial legacy. In a decade grappling with moral dilemmas, one man and his ominous machine stirred the nation's consciousness. Dr. Jack Kevorkian, notoriously dubbed Dr. Death, provoked outcry with his radical stance on life's final exit. But none would be as haunting as his instrument of deliverance, the death van. Accused of playing God, Kevorkian defended his mission as mercy, not murder. The lines blurred between ethical euthanasia and legal boundaries, eventually culminating in a conviction that shocked the world. The vessel of these contentious crossings was no more than a simple, yet unsettling vehicle. This 1968 Volkswagen van, unassuming yet infamous, beheld over 130 souls' departure, enveloping it in a shroud of mystery and morbid fascination. From the shadows of the past, the van emerged as a ghastly collectible. Once listed online, bidding upon morbid curiosity, its value underscored the chilling allure of death's tangible proximity. At the time of this video airing, today, the death van resides in a sanctum of the supernatural, the famed halls of Zach Bagans' Haunted Museum. Here, it's said the restless spirits linger, an eternal testament to a time of turmoil and the man who dared defy death's dominion. In the quiet whispers of the night, one may wonder, are the echoes heard within mere memories of mercy, or the unsettled murmurs of the departed? The death van's legacy continues to intrigue, horrify, and haunt, a grim reminder of life's most certain and controversial fate. As for Dr. Kevorkian, Dr. Jack Kevorkian, often referred to as Dr. Death due to his advocacy for an involvement in physician-assisted suicide for terminally ill patients, died on June 3, 2011. He was 83 years old. The cause of death was reported as thrombosis, a blood clot that led to heart and kidney problems. Kevorkian's health had been fragile due to various ailments in the years leading up to his death, including issues related to kidney function. He passed away at Beaumont Hospital in Royal Oak, Michigan. What are your thoughts on Kevorkian's eerie legacy? Does the death van carry the weight of the soul's past, or simply the heavy history of a bygone era? Share your thoughts, and remember, sometimes the objects of our past hold the most haunting stories. Ed Gein's cauldron, a macabre relic of the butcher of Plainfield. In the bleak, harsh winters of Wisconsin, amidst the solitude of Plainfield, a sinister secret lay buried deep within the Gein household. Known as the Butcher of Plainfield, Ed Gein's heinous acts of grave robbing and murder have terrorized the annals of crime for decades. Edward Theodore Gein, known for his heinous crimes, was not just a serial killer but also infamously indulged in body snatching. His macabre acts fueled the creation of several iconic horror film antagonists, including Ezra in Deranged, Leatherface in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Buffalo Bill in The Silence of the Lambs, and Norman Bates in Psycho. Born on August 27, 1906, Edward Theodore Gein spent his early years in La Crosse, Wisconsin, with his family. In 1915, the Geins relocated to a secluded 155-acre farm in Plainfield, Wisconsin, which provided the backdrop for his later infamy. Gein's mother, Augusta, was a fervent Puritan, enforcing a rigid and devout household. She frequently indoctrinated young Ed with her fierce convictions, particularly her view that women were inherently evil and tools of the devil, a belief that profoundly influenced his psyche. Edward Theodore Gein, known for his reclusive nature, had a childhood marked by isolation and peculiarity. Deeply attached to his mother, he seldom socialized, largely due to his mother's disapproval of outside friendships. Tragedy first struck on April 1, 1940, when his father succumbed to heart failure. Another grim chapter unfolded on May 16, 1944, during a controlled burn of marsh vegetation on the Gein property that suddenly went awry. With the arrival of law enforcement, a panicked Gein reported his brother Henry unaccounted for. Henry's lifeless body was subsequently discovered face down on the land. The following year, Gein's mother, Augusta, experienced a stroke that left her confined to her bed. During her illness, she often unleashed a barrage of verbal abuse at Gein, further straining their relationship. Her death in December 1945 profoundly affected Gein, leaving him solitary and unhinged on the desolate farm. Years later, Gein became a regular at a local tavern run by Mary Hogan. In a mysterious turn of events in 1954, Hogan vanished, with a pool of blood as the ominous clue to her abrupt departure. Echoing this pattern, Bernice Wardens, a 58-year-old widow, inexplicably disappeared on November 16, 1957, under eerily similar circumstances, marked by a foreboding trail of blood. The investigation into the disappearance was catapulted into action by Frank Wardens, the son of the missing woman. It was Frank who brought it to the authorities' attention, citing a final sales receipt from his mother's store for antifreeze, bearing Gein's name. This clue prompted law enforcement to probe deeper, leading them to Gein's property. What awaited the authorities in Gein's summer kitchen was beyond ghastly. The lifeless body of Bernice Wardens hung upside down from a pulley, her naked form displayed in a disturbing manner. Her body bore a deep incision stretching from her pelvis to her chest, and her head was nowhere to be found. As the officers continued their search, they encountered even more horrors within the premises. Gein's refrigerator housed human organs, leading to the unsettling discovery that he prepared meals using the harvested organs of his victims. Unknowingly, some of his acquaintances had even partaken in these macabre feasts when he occasionally shared his horrific meals. The farm proved to be a treasure trove of atrocities. As the police scoured the entire area, they unearthed a chilling collection of items, each more disturbing than the last. Ed Gein's home was a house of horrors, filled with macabre artifacts crafted from human remains, a testament to his gruesome obsessions. Among the items found were lampshades and coverings for chairs, fashioned from human skin. He had constructed a belt adorned with human nipples and masks made from the faces of deceased women, meticulously preserved to maintain their natural hair and semblance. In a further display of depravity, Gein repurposed human skulls into bowls and ashtrays, and the tops of spoons and forks were set into human bones. His fascination with the human body was evident in his collection of various body parts, including noses and a group of fingernails. Disturbingly, a bag was discovered containing the decapitated head of a woman believed to be Mary Hogan, one of his suspected victims. The walls of Gein's abode were draped with an array of grotesque trophies, including decorations made from human fingers and a collection of noses. He even crafted clothing and accessories from human skin, such as gloves, an apron, and a startling necklace assembled from human tongues. The depth of Gein's macabre activities became even more apparent through his confessions. Upon his arrest, he admitted to the murders of Bernice Wardens and Mary Hogan. In addition to these heinous acts, he confessed to grave robbing, revealing that he had exhumed corpses from local cemeteries, sometimes accompanied by an acquaintance named Gus. These nighttime excursions provided materials for his ghastly handiwork. Investigators identified remains from approximately 15 different individuals amidst the horror of Gein's possessions, though not all were linked to reported missing persons or homicides. Following his arrest, Ed Gein's dark legacy concluded within the confines of a mental health facility. He lived out the remainder of his days under psychiatric care, ultimately passing away on July 26, 1984, at Mendota Mental Health Institute in Wisconsin, at the age of 77. Among the remnants of Gein's ghastly collection, one object stands out with a particularly morbid notoriety: a large, foreboding cauldron, a testament to the depth of human depravity. This cauldron, believed to have borne witness to atrocities unimaginable, was used to grotesquely separate flesh from bone, facilitating Gein's creation of a monstrous tapestry of human skin. Haunted by his mother's memory and driven by perverse obsessions, did this cause Gein to embark on a dark journey into the macabre? He exhumed the deceased, their bodies subjected to unspeakable violations within the walls of what should have been a place of rest. Today, housed within the walls of Zach Bagans' haunted museum, this cauldron sits as a grim reminder of the fragility of the human psyche. Visitors report a palpable heaviness in the air, a chilling testament to the energies still clinging to this relic of horror. Ed Gein's cauldron, a silent spectator to the butcher of Plainfield's horrifying legacy, remains a vessel of sorrow and torment. In the realm of true crime, it is a physical echo of man's potential for darkness, a darkness that lingers, indelible, long after the snows of Wisconsin have melted away. The Catskills crone, a sinister discovery in the wilderness. Nestled within the tranquil embrace of nature's beauty lies a darkness untouched by sunlight, harboring secrets that chill the soul. The Catskills Mountains, a picturesque landscape masking a sinister underbelly of whispered rituals and forbidden practices. Legend speaks of unseen inhabitants within these woods, practitioners of the darkest arts, leaving behind harrowing relics of their clandestine rites. Among these, none is more disturbing than the Catskills crone. Drawn to the cave's mouth, a pair of unsuspecting hikers found themselves face to face with this grotesque effigy. Despite its macabre appearance, they reclaimed it from its darkened lair, ignorant of the malevolence they'd unleashed. Once a silent observer in its cavernous haven, the crone didn't remain dormant in its new abode. the residents recount horrors unimagined, spectral visions of a waterlogged apparition and nocturnal disturbances that transcend explanation. An unseen sentinel seems to linger in the corners of their dwelling, its gaze ever present. With its true origin unknown and its purpose shrouded in mystery, the Catskills crone resides now within the Traveling Museum of the Paranormal and Occult, its story a cautionary tale. This relic of shadowy intent stands as a silent testament to the unseen forces that fringe our reality, a reminder that some secrets of the wilderness are best left undiscovered. In the quiet corners of our world, where nature whispers ancient lore, there exists an unsettling truth: that which is hidden is not always lost, and that which is brought to light may bring forth darkness unimaginable. Today, we've ventured through the shadows of history, uncovering the chilling truths behind objects that have harbored the darkest sides of human nature. From the enigmatic whispers of Peggy the doll to the grotesque relics from Ed Gein's House of Horrors, we've seen how inanimate objects can become intertwined with tales of tragedy, mystery, and the paranormal. These cursed artifacts, now residing in public exhibits, stand as morbid reminders of past atrocities and unexplained phenomena. They challenge our understanding of the world and often leave us with more questions than answers. How much do we truly know about the artifacts we've discussed today? And how many more hidden dangers might be lurking out there, ensnared within ordinary items, waiting to unveil their unholy stories? As we conclude this journey, we invite you to reflect on the stories you've heard and the unsettling feelings they might evoke. Remember, history is replete with mysteries, and sometimes, the most unsuspecting objects can open doors to the darkest corners of our world. If you've enjoyed this descent into the unknown and are hungry for more tales of the macabre, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for notifications on future videos. Share your thoughts, experiences, and theories in the comments below. We're eager to delve into these discussions with you. Until our next encounter, stay curious, stay vigilant, and perhaps, keep the lights on.